How you doing, guys? This is an update on gold on the weekly chart. Okay, we're going to start off with my old favourite saying, which is, if in doubt, zoom out. So as we can see here, the price of gold is, as with most things, nice and low until you get to the 2000s, and then everything just goes batshit crazy, as per always. You can see the peak here in 2011. We had a nice pullback, and we've gone up to this other peak now. At the moment, we are talking about this being a potential bull flag and going higher. I don't think that's going to be the case. We can see here there's a consistent sort of trend line coming through. Okay, so at the moment, it's pretty reasonable to suspect that when deflation comes through, there's a good possibility a retest of this zone here. And this provides good support as well. You can see it's been overhead resistance on a number of occasions for a number of years. So this kind of range here is going to be this is going to be a strong buying range if it got down to here. I don't think it's going to go any lower than this, to be honest. But I think there's a very real possibility that we're going to see gold go down to here. And after that, then yeah, okay, I think there's a possibility with changes to government, Janet Yellen being the secretary, that's when we might start getting the inflation, and that's when we probably see gold heading up higher. But for the moment, until things change, you just have to follow the trend and realise that if this is the trend, then that's a peak, that's a bottom, that's a peak. This is going to be a bottom, and as long as you're aware of that when you're buying gold up here, you're not going to have any issues. If you zoom in onto the daily, and we'll zoom right in, we can see things aren't looking particularly brilliant for gold at the moment. So we're underneath the 50-day moving average, and we're underneath the 100-day moving average, and we're currently sitting on the 200. Now we have found the 200 as support twice. It's come down and tested it, actually broke through for a period and came back above. Tested the 50, rejected the 50, back to the 200, up through the 50 this time, but rejected the 100, found support at the 50 and went through another breakthrough. Failed that breakthrough and came all the way straight down to the 200 again. If I just zoom in a bit further, we might be able to get a better look at that. And you can see here, it's not looking very supportive. Okay, yeah, we're riding this trend line, but for something that if we're crying inflation and everything's going to go to the moon, I want it up here. You know what I mean? This trend is going down and this isn't looking particularly brilliant. And for as long as it's underneath the 50-day and the 100-day moving average, it's not finding that kind of support. You've got the crossover and the moving averages here as well. And it's sitting right at the bottom of this zone. It's tried knocking through on a number of occasions. This here is your support line, just here. You can see it's tested it here, tested it back here, tested it here and here. It was resistance here, it's come back and now it's sitting just underneath it. So my view on gold is definitely going to have to remain bearish on this one. I think we're going to head a bit lower. First target is going to be somewhere down to the 1600s. I think this is going to be a main sort of area, probably 1600, 1590, 1600. And that's your gold update.